A very good evening to everyone. On behalf of Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham, I take this opportunity to welcome you all to Day 2 of Disha Career Conclave on the changing face of engineering career and Amrita CSAP. Today we have with us Maheshwara Chaitanya Swami and Mr. Sudhir to deliver the session. Once again, welcome you all. Before we start the session, please note that if you have any questions or doubts in between the session, type it in the chat box. We will be addressing all your questions at the end of the session. Now, without further ado, I would like to invite Maheshwara Chaitanya Swami, Chairman BTech Admissions Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham, to deliver the session. Over to you, Swami.
Thank you, Nija. Wonderful good evening and namaste to all. So I know that you all are waiting eagerly to listen to the changing phase of engineering careers and the centralized seat allotment process. We will certainly have one more session on the seat allotment process, but we thought of coupling it today itself because I'm doing both the sessions. So initially, I thought I will go with the first presentation on Disha. It has got almost like 25 slides, and pardon me if it is too much of technical stuff, but it will talk about mostly about what is going to happen in future. And as I understand, there are a large number of students, maybe a good number of engineering aspirants are already jumping into computer science. So let me tell you, being a computer science faculty, I should tell you that do not jump unless otherwise or without exploring the other branches also. Because imagine what will happen if all the 12 to 15 lakhs of students examination across the country opt for computer science engineering. And once you pass out after 5 years time or 4 years time, what will be the condition? And what will be the demand? And how will you find out the job? So mind you, it is not just the IT that will boom. There are a lot of other domains, other sectors that will definitely boom. So it is the time to change. And what is expected after 5 years? So earlier, if you look at the list in the left side, you will find that earlier it was just the software development for the computer science engineers. Now it is almost like where you need to know everything about software. It is not just the development part, not just the coding part. Then you are expected to understand how the cloud works. Because now the data, whatever you save, is everything goes to the cloud. Then next is big data, where huge amount of data is being generated by all our devices. Of course, then it is followed by AI and ML. What will happen to the electronics and communication engineers? They used to work with computer networking or maximum mobiles or something like that, but now 5G is getting revolutionary and will change the whole communication landscape. I know that 5 to 6 years or maybe 7 to 8 years back, we were not able to find out something called as 4G. Now we are enjoying 4G. So you can imagine what 5G can offer, along with sensors, Internet of Things, and robotics and wireless devices. Electrical engineers will definitely have a very good future because will turn electrical in 2030. That is the target kept by the government of India, and they have to you get involved in robotics because without a power, device cannot function. What will mechanical engineers do? They will move into automotive industry. It is totally different. It is not just automobile. We will see that in the coming slides. And they will have a very huge role to play in terms of design thinking. Design thinking is very, very important when the 3D printer comes into picture to develop or mold any kind of material or object. And of course, robotics. Civil engineers will have to think about the smart cities, smart homes. Again, even the walls will be connected with sensors. So how do you build a smart home? Because you know that the devices in a room or a home using a mobile device. So how is it possible to make you more and more interactive with the machines? Chemical engineers will certainly have to play a role in pharmaceutical companies, development of the battery for the electrical vehicles, and certainly in petroleum companies. Aerospace get involved in drones because if you have watched the news over a couple of days, you will find that the uh, terrorist activities is organized and everything happens with the help of drones. So now the government is forced to develop a kind of a system where drones themselves will ensure that there is the airbase or the building is secured. So all these things, when put together, you will have to think from a different perspective. And beyond all this, I should say that all these engineers will have to play a very critical role in the healthcare industry, where we have seen a lot of drawbacks, a lot of shortcomings in the past 1.5 years' time. And the healthcare industry will boom, and engineers will have a role to play. So it is not just computer science, it is not just electronics and communication, it is totally interdisciplinary. And you have to, a software developer will have to think of how to develop a software for healthcare. In that case, they have to understand how the healthcare system works. Now, again, that all our curriculums are futuristic curriculums with professional electives offered in the end of the year, end of the program, that is in the fourth year or in the final semester. Ranked as the fourth best university in India by NIRF, we have that institution of eminence tag. 50% of the seats, BTech seats, is reserved under scholarship fees. The highest recruitment salary, the highest salary paid is 56.95 lakhs per annum, and that is by Google. And today I heard that Cisco has been 100 engineers from all the campuses. 6 lakhs is the average salary, which means that if you're an average performer, you will certainly end up getting between 6 to 7 lakhs. And 95% of the eligible students get placed. So let me again extend a warm welcome to all the viewers here, all the prospective Amritins here. So what is the role of an engineer? Role of the engineer is to innovate, innovation and design. Now, once you design, you will have to think from the problem solving point of view or critical thinking point of view. Now, once you design, then you have to start developing it. Imagine somebody who is planning the river. They have to think from different point of view. It is not just constructing the bridge, but innovative design or design with the help of innovation is very, very critical. So once you have the design, then you start the development of production and then you test it, then you deploy. So these are different phases where the engineers will have to play a role. And what engineers do usually, you have the opportunity to work in the research area, you have the opportunity to work in the industry, you have an option to go abroad for higher education, even maybe you can start your life with the entrepreneurship. So whatever it is, your 4 years of graduation is very, very critical and important, and that is the backbone of your entire life and career. See how the connected cars work, and this is a combination of the 5G communication, automotive electronics, and cloud computing. So this video was released by Ericsson 1 to 2 months back, and it is just 1 minute, 1 to 1.5 minutes video. Let us watch. Please listen to the sound.
Every journey we make is changing because the vehicles we make them in, because our car isn't just a car. Not anymore. It's our smartphone and sound system. It's our map, traffic report, weather vane, and personal assistant. It makes sure we're always on the grid wherever we go. It can tell us what it needs before it needs it, although sometimes it doesn't even have to. It's a software-defined, network-aware, always connected high data, constantly communicating through the cloud with everything around it. Creating this always connected car requires an always connected mindset. And that's where we come in. As the leaders in connectivity, we're enabling innovation in vehicle services by decoupling software from hardware and moving complexity to the cloud. With our specialized platforms, we're simplifying the management of connected vehicle systems and increasing the flexibility of new service rollout. And thanks to our global knowledge, we're facilitating smooth subscription services, switching seamlessly across borders and networks, even across shared users. Because our car isn't just a car, it's the key to a more connected, more productive, and more sustainable lifestyle. Vehicles connected by Ericsson. It's vehicle connectivity made easy.
So this is how the things will change in future. We will see that the Internet of Things will be heavily deployed across different sectors. So if you just go through the visualization, you'll find that Asia Pacific will have the largest deployment of IoT and 5G by 2026. And it is assumed that by around 50 billion devices will be connected by 2030. And 5G will be 10 times faster than the current LTE networks. And naturally, it will increase the speed. And of course, if you look at the table below, you will see that in manufacturing industries, in transportation industries, in retail or wholesale, healthcare industry, government, everywhere you will see that IoT is implemented. So you just imagine, it is not just the software that works. Without communication, things are completely impossible. Imagine that you have Zoom installed in your mobile. You may be watching with Zoom or YouTube or whatever. Imagine if there is no connectivity, what will happen? You will not be able to use the software, right? So how things work? So everything is interconnected. So you just cannot survive with the help of a software or a computer. Let me emphasize that it is not just the software, it is not just the data. Communication plays a very critical role. And let me show you on how Amazon is coming up with different type of technology in the field of robotics, where you will see that even the robots will find the way to deliver the items. So this is how the things will change. Is e-mobility. Once you come to the communication, then you saw how the robotics will change the transportation or delivery of the items. Now let us focus more on the what will the electronics and electrical engineers will do. Sorry, electrical and electronics engineers will do. So the estimate is something like, by 2030, the storage market will boom, and 50% of this is expected to be in the United States, Japan, and India. Now, India is on track to achieve a target addition of 175 gigawatts of renewable energy installed by 2022. That is next year. So that is the reason why, if you have observed the news, that Tesla is investing. And recently, the opposite or the rival of Tesla has invested in Telangana. Why are they coming to India? Because they see that there is a huge the manufacturing sector. And even India is planning to manufacture lithium batteries. If you watch the news across the industry, and which is we find it very difficult, but we have signed up contracts with different countries, and we are planning to manufacture the lithium batteries in India in the maybe in the next 4 or 5 years. And this content is taken from the Mahindra Electric. Almost like 21 million electric cars will be manufactured by 2030, and they will have the charging stations. So you just imagine. So you don't think about the current scenario. See, you are expected to be concerned with your future, not the current context. And if you are able to think from an interdisciplinary point of view, beyond whatever branch you study, if you are able to apply the concepts in real world, it will definitely save your life. So this is one of the architecture released by IEEE Spectrum, where you just imagine the bottom layer is completely city, and the whole connected, and you get all the data in the cloud. So this part is cloud. In between, you can see the cloud. And suppose you are traveling from one location to another location, the car or the vehicle is connected with the cloud, just as we saw in the first video. You will get an alarm in case if there is a place which you are planning to go, or if you want to have a ride with somebody else, it will give you an alarm. Just like what Uber is doing now. Uber application, you need to search in Uber. Here you will get the automated updates, the weather condition, or let us say all the incidents across the vehicle is completely tracked and pushed to AWS cloud. And that data in AWS, Amazon Web Services, that is completely analyzed with the help of AI. And that will bring in very good outcome, which is what we call as services. It can be telematics, insurance, traffic guidelines, vehicle research and development, ride sharing, if you want to share a ride, or route recommendations. And so this is how you have to think from an engineering point of view. It is not just a development of the software or getting admission into Amrita or any other college. You think about your career. This is thought provoking. It will change the whole industry. It will change the whole way in which we work. So what all are the emerging technologies? You see, World Economic Forum, they released the top 10 technologies that will come up in the near future, maybe in the next 2 or 3 years time. The most important thing is virtual patients. It is replacing the human beings with simulations to make sure that the clinical trials are faster. And now itself, we see that there is digital medicine. You can just have an app installed, you pay some money, and you will get a doctor on call. If you have a wearable device, that wearable device will be able to monitor your health doctor. And there is something called as spatial computing, where the entire concept of virtual and augmented reality is implemented. And you won't believe that even aircraft will have the power from the sun. That is, electric aviation will be totally changed. Whatever we now we see, that will change. And ultimately, the sun-powered chemistry, visible light can drive processes that will convert carbon dioxide to common material. So, if you take any domain in engineering, all the domains, if you are a skill, if you have the skills, that will definitely bring you jobs. Please do not think that only one domain, one branch will have job offers. Certainly not. It will completely depend on your skills. So just imagine this. I downloaded yesterday from IEEE. So University of Tokyo, skin displays will allow family members to quietly communicate their feelings to one another. You could just imagine. We all saw this in WhatsApp forwarded videos or trolls, but now it is becoming a reality. So micro LEDs connected by attached to pre-stressed silicon substrate. See, if you look at this, everything is the fundamentals of physics and mathematics and chemistry you learn in +2. That is one of the reasons why we are bringing you foundation program for engineering aspirants. We have one program that is being scheduled after phase 3 of after the phase 3 of AEEE. And here you combine the electronics, the controller, the wireless radio, the batteries in a separate hard packet by wires to display. So this is how the things are, how the technology will evolve, and this is probably for the electrical engineers or computer communication engineers or electrical engineers. This is one Elon Musk Tesla starts recruiting for senior roles in India and to enter the market this year. I downloaded it a couple of days back. You see, just below that, Tesla's rival, Triton, to invest 2,100 crores to create 25,000 jobs in Telangana. Can you imagine? So this is how the things are changing. So don't think that coronavirus pandemic can stop you. Definitely not. One important thing is you have to think from different dimensions. And let us watch this video. What civil engineers will have to do, because how the engineers will have to communicate with the machines, or they will have to control the machines in managing their profession. I have seen some chat messages asking the minimum marks required to get ECE branches, etc. I believe that you are expected to be an engineer and you haven't read the content in the website. You have to read the content in the website before asking such questions. Let me clearly tell you that this is the first session to explore your career. I am talking career only, not my career. So ask the questions which is meaningful. Then we can later move on to the this next session, that is centralized seat allotment process. So these are the emerging sectors that will evolve, and these are the consumers of engineering. So whatever an engineer will develop, it is consumed by these industries. So we have already seen that supply chain management, the infrastructure, cyber security, automotive electronics, everything is currently booming up, and we have already started depending on the online portals to order our stuff. So this is how it will look like, and these will be the industries who need the services from the engineers. Now, what will happen in future? The manufacturing will be taken over by machines, that is the minimal human intervention, and the design, production, and manufacturing in healthcare is much more required. We have already changed our behavior. We have already started depending on the online portals, online services, payment is online, education is online, work from home is online. And we already saw 5G communication. Drug design and pharma companies will evolve applications of AI and along with robots and drones. So I just this because people are eagerly waiting for CSAP. So this is how an intelligent software that will work in the case of robot. So on the left hand side, you can see a car, automotive system design car. On the center, you can see the robot, and on the right hand side, you can see Alexa device, which you are very familiar with. So this slide says that any branch you select, any branch you take, you will definitely end up with job provided you have the skills. If you are able to solve a problem, given problem, with your engineering skills, that will certainly help you. And these are some of the areas in which the mechanical engineers, the aerospace engineers will work. Because this is taken from the point of view that these domains, these sectors will evolve in a period of time. So aerospace engineering, students will work on even robotics and drones. It is not just aircrafts. And these are the domains where the civil engineering students, the chemical engineering students will have to work. And we have already seen the engineers coming up with the low-cost sanitizers. And the most important thing is e-waste management. How you manage the waste, which is very crucial. Civil engineers will have to evolve with the smart infrastructure development, smart buildings, and they can always go for the environmental science or engineering, geoinformatics systems, etc. So, of course, the important branch is the communication, which will require a heavy investment in the healthcare sector, because when you say that the X-ray images or the images of the patients is transferred from one computer to another computer over the network, you need fastest communication systems. So these things are very important for the nation across the globe. Even across the globe, we have seen that a lot of countries are facing a lot of issues with the healthcare sector. So this is what I said about the professional electives in each and every branch. Why do we have the professional electives? The reason is that what we have, the way in which we have designed the curriculum is that the first 2 years we will have the fundamentals of the branches. All the branches will have the fundamental. Then after that, you will jump into the third year and fourth year. What happens is you will get an option to select. For example, let me tell you example. Computer science engineers will end up getting cyber networks, science, computer vision, cyber physical system, AI as professional electives, so that you can always go for those courses. Same way the other branches also. If you look at all the branches, we do have such a kind of structure in the curriculum where at the end of the third year, you will visualize on what you want to do in the fourth and the upcoming years. So this is more and more important. So whenever you get time, visit our website, go to BTech programs link and see what is there to offer in the curriculum. Every program is designed in that way only. And finally, the computer science engineering, I don't want to tell you because you are so smarter than me, because you know how the things evolve. Nobody taught you on how to use Android phones or a laptop. You discover it by yourself. So that is computer science. And the most important skill which you need is problem solving and critical thinking, creativity, communication. It is not the way in which you communicate in the chat window now. It has to change. The way in which you will work with teams, data literacy, and digital literacy. So you have to adapt to the different situations which you have already learned on how to do. So that is all about uh, Disha Career Conclave Session 2. Kiran, can you switch over to Sudhir so that I can change the slide?
Sure, sure.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you for
Thank you,
that
sir. Thank you
for that wonderful
for
session.
that
I
wonderful
hope
session.
all the
I hope
students
all the
are
students
eagerly
are
waiting for the centralized seat allotment process. Even though I am also waiting with like a student, because every student today have a fear and dilemma regarding this seat allotment. Which branch I will get, which college I will get, and do I need to attend the classes from September or October? Because all of you are bored sitting at home, want to start your higher education and all. So it will be very interesting for all of you. This is a very interesting period, and you all want to know what kind of career stream you want to enter based on your marks and based on your ranks and all. So our chairman will be giving you on the seat allotment process a small insight. Even though if you have missed the session, please look at the video again, and again we will be doing a single session for the seat allotment process after this phase 3 examination is completed. And you can attend that session also if you want more in detail description about the seat allotment process. Anyway, we will be sending you mail also. Please listen to this session carefully to get updates regarding the seat allotment process and how the sliding happens, seat allotment during this seat allotment and all, and how to get scholarship in Amrita, which is very vital for all of you these days, because all of you are getting good marks in these entrance exams. Through that marks, how much scholarship you will be getting, you are also eager to know. So please listen to this coming few slides very carefully. And if your parents are not there, not attending this session with you, please show it to them so that they will also have an idea how much they need to spend on your higher education also. Okay, Maheshwar sir, if you can
Yes.
start the session, that
And
will be helpful.
yeah. Okay. Once again, let me thank you all for being patient, waiting for the next session. So before that, just to pacify your eager, let me tell you that we are coming up with two different programs. One is the foundation program for yourself and Tech Talks. You can visit the website, and the last date to apply for the phase 3 is 5th of July. So what is the BTech centralized seat allotment process, or CSAP? Let me tell you very clearly that for all the branches offered across all the campuses, we have only one counseling session, or one process, that is the centralized seat allotment process. And there are 5 golden rules. Why I call it a golden rule? Because we do have only one web page where all the details are posted. I have seen, or I have people inquire me about a lot of doubts, which we have already posted on the website, and they go to different people and asking different people. Maybe they might misguide you. Second rule is that this process is fully online, completely online. Third is that it is candidate friendly. It is friendly for the candidate, the parents. It is fully flexible. And we are here in terms of admission or career or anything, we are ready to help you. So what is golden rule 1? As I said, everything is updated only in one web page, that is amrita.edu/btech. There are no agents to collect the fees or admission. There is no other website to collect the fees or admission, do the admission. There is no other fees to confirm a seat. All the refunds are according to the UGC or AICTE rules. We will not hold your fees paid without the consent of the competent authorities. And we have an official Telegram channel. Link is posted on the website. You can join that Telegram channel to make sure that you are getting the official updates on time. On the right hand side, you can see collaborating portals, careers360.com, College Pravesh, Sarvagyan, and Aglas. These are the portals which we usually collaborate with. So what is the first phase? First phase is the registration. So the golden rule applies here. It's fully online. It is the same portal which you have so far logged in, where you log in with the help of OTP to make sure that your mobile number and email ID is registered and it is verified and correct. Because I have seen hundreds of students and candidates talking, saying that and you enter the academic preference. What is an academic preference? An academic preference is a combination of campus and a branch. Suppose your first choice is electronics and communication in Chennai campus, and you will select the campus, and you have to pay 5,000 rupees as a registration fees, and we will refund it in case if you are not getting a seat across the several rounds of seat allocation. And you can always edit the preferences till the end of the allotment, change it till the last date of registration. In case if you are not getting any seat, you can change it later. Once you are allotted a seat, any not change. So there is something called as trial allotment. What we will do, we will publish the trial allotment after 3 days. 3 days after the last date of CSFP registration. So assuming that the registration will start on 1st of August. And on 10th of August, we will end the registration. And on 13th or 14th, you will see the trial allotment. So that is the probable academic preference that will be allotted to you. And if you want, if you feel that, okay, I want to change the preference, you can still change it. And trial allotment is definitely not a guarantee. And it may not be the same as you view in the first allotment. Now, after the trial allotment, you wait for the first allotment. So this is phase 3, that is first allotment. So this is usually published within 3 days after the trial allotment. And the academic preference and fee slab is displayed on the dashboard. So when we talk about fee slab, there are 4 slabs. And this 4 slab, the highest slab in the sense, the first slab, I will use the term first slab. First slab has got the scholarship. Second slab has got the scholarship. Third slab has got the scholarship. Rest of the slabs, that is the slab 4 is the regular fees. So those who are getting the slab 3, slab 2, slab 1, they will belong to the scholarship category. And we will make sure that till the end of the counseling, till the end of the seat allotment, you are getting the fee slab with the lowest fees. How does it work? So what happens? You got at least one of the preferences you have submitted, and assume that it is the first academic preference in first slab. What you will do? You will just pay the partial tuition fees, that is 1 lakh rupees in 3 or 4 days time, and then pay the rest, because you will have only 10,000 rupees more to pay as the coercion deposit, because the lowest fee slab is 1 lakh. Action for scenario 2, you pay the initial partial tuition fees of 1 lakh rupees and submit your sliding option. So we are giving you sliding option. You can slide in the next round or subsequent rounds. And in the final scenario where you are not getting any allotment in the first allotment itself, You can still change your academic preference and wait for the next round. So how does the CSAP work? So assuming that your priority, your first academic preference is computer science at Chennai. Second preference is EC at Chennai. Third preference is CSE in Bangalore. Fourth preference is EC in Amrita. Fifth is automation and robotics engineering in Coimbatore campus. That is the new branch. Sixth preference is mechanical engineering in Coimbatore. And you have all the four ranks or all the four scores. Your AEEE rank is 2000. Your JE rank is 95, score is 1800. Your PUE score is 1300. So let me tell you one thing. When you say that your rank is 2000, do not think that there are 2000 candidates above you waiting for the seat. No. There will be only those who are registered for the CSAP. It may be something like 1000. So you may be somewhere around 500 or 600. Or if it is more than that, it will the number of candidates registered above your rank. So between 1000 and 2000, how many registered? So your rank will be based on that. Your rank, though your rank is your AEEE rank is 2000, your position in the list may be at 500 or above that. So the chances of getting a branch or desired branch will depend on the total number of candidates registered for counseling. Lots you have to imagine, you all are expected to be problem solvers. You cannot say that whether somebody got 100 marks, somebody got 110 marks, whether I will get CSE, what was the rank last year? What is the meaning in asking those questions? See, it is just like you are in a queue to get a cinema ticket. How will you say that this many tickets were sold? You can't say that. So it will totally depend on the chance. That is why we have kept it flexible. We will refund the entire amount paid to you. Only thing is that you have to take a chance. And let me tell you another scenario. Assuming that, let me tell that n number of students registered, m number of students were allotted the seat in the first round. Among those allotted, they may not accept it. So you still stand a chance in the next round. That is in the either in the second round or in the third round. So it's like whether I get CSE in Coimbatore with this mark or not. First thing is that your mark is considered for ranking. And allotment is based on the rank. That is why I told you to visit the website, read the instructions carefully. We have clearly mentioned how the admission process works. Why do we need to have multiple phases? Because if you are attending 3 times, AEEE 3 times, your best score is taken. Please understand that. Your best score is taken. That is why we have kept it more and more flexible and candidate friendly. And mind you, you just read the first sentence. How this algorithm works. It will take your first academic preference. So let us say CSE in Chennai. And it will check if seats are available in the first fee slab with your AEEE rank. If seat is available, that is immediately allotted. Assume that there is no seat available in AEEE in the first fee slab. What will happen? Then it will check for JE rank. Based on JE rank, are you getting the first academic preference or the top academic preference with the lowest fee slab? If that is available, then that is allotted. So let us assume that there is no seat available in all the slabs in your first academic preference. What happens? You will go to the next academic preference and perform the same step. So what will happen is the software will always try to allot a seat with the lowest fees. And this is there till end of the CSAP round. That is why we are insisting you to take a chance till the end of the counseling, till the end of the last round, and see if you are able to get the best branch, best in the lowest fee slab. So unless you are not allowed, unless you are not allowed, which means that first round you got in the fourth preference. Second round you got in the third preference. Third round you got in second or first preference. You are a king. So that is how you should think. Do not ask about what rank will you get. And people ask about last year. It cannot be compared because last year we had +2 marks considered for ranking. This year we are not using it. That is why we have made it more and more flexible after thinking a lot of times. We deliberated a lot. That is why it is more candidate friendly. It is flexible. And you just need to take a chance, that's all. Nothing more than that. So what if a seat is allotted? So there are two stages. One is accept, one is confirm. Let us assume that you got the first academic preference in first fee slab. That is 1 lakh payment. You have already paid the 1 lakh fees. And what is left to pay? It is the caution deposit. So you accept the admission offer, pay the initial partial tuition fees, and confirm. Confirmation in the sense that first round itself you are satisfied, you accepted the seat, you confirmed the admission, you are out. You can now proceed with the other admission completion formalities, nothing else. Confirmation means there is no need to attend the further rounds in CSAP. And you got the first academic preference in the fee slab 2, 3, or 4. That is not the first one, second, third, or fourth. You still have a room, you still have a chance to get the first fee slab, that's the lowest fee slab in the further rounds. Now what you do, you accept the admission offer and submit your sliding option. I'll talk about sliding in the next slide. And you got any other academic preference, not the first one, any other academic preference. Second, third, or fourth, or fifth, or sixth of any academic preference. So you can opt for 32 academic preferences offered in all the 4 campuses. You accept the admission offer, pay the initial partial tuition fees, and submit your sliding option. And mind you, you can opt for sliding only if you pay the initial partial tuition fees, because we need a guarantee that you are not gimmicking. Because we have found a lot of issues when we used to do without any initial payment. We don't know how many will join. So this is a guarantee for us. And if you are not satisfied, we will always return. There is no reduction or nothing is reduced from 1 lakh whatever you pay. So what is happening with the golden rule 4? Fully flexible. That's sliding option. Sliding will give you maximum advantage. That is why I am saying, even if you are not getting allotment in the first round, in your best academic, in your preferred fee slab, you can still wait for the second and third round. And that will happen in 2 weeks' time or 10 days' time. So slide to, there are 3 options. One is slide to higher academic preference if you're okay with any fees. So assume that you got the 4th preference. 4th preference is maybe electronics and communication with Amrita Vishwa. And you want to go up. That is you want to try for the first academic preference, irrespective of any type of fees. You're okay with any fees, but you want to get on the top. So you slide, you opt this slide. So you can submit the sliding option once you accept and pay 1 lakh rupees. Next option is slide to highest academic preference with fees greater than or equal to the current one. So assume that you are allotted the 4th academic preference in slab 2 or 3, which means that you got 1 lakh rupees slab, you have 1.25 lakhs or 1.50 or 2 lakh. You want to move upwards, you want to slide to higher academic preference only if the fees is same or less. Ideally, you got Amrita Vishwa ECE for 1.5 lakhs. And you want to switch to the top. You want to go to the next academic preference only if the seat is available in the lower fee slab. So this is the flexibility. Now, coming down to the next option, slide to the lower fee slab by staying in the current allotment. Let us assume that you got second, third, or fourth academic preference, and you gave all the four preferences for one branch. Let us assume that it is easy in all the branches because you are so much passionate about electronics and you want to study at Amrita, irrespective of the any campus. So you got one of the options that is third preference or fourth preference, and that is ECE. Now, what you want to do, you want to stay in the same preference, but you want to try for the lowest fees lab. So you got 3 lakh or 2 lakh. Now you want to try 1 lakh. So this is how the flexible admission process works. So do not get bothered too much about this. We will give you each and every minute instructions in the website by email, by SMS. Please study well, attempt the third phase, and then try for improve your score, improve your marks, and then try for CSAT. Because it will all depend on how much you are able to score in the entrance examination. So how is the fees payment? 3 days you will be given 3 days to pay the initial partial tuition fees and accept the offer. 1 week to pay the remaining tuition fees and caution deposit to confirm the admission offer. And mind you, eligibility is very important. It is verified before the commencement of the class. Full fee refund upon cancellation prior to the class commencement, which means that you are paying the full fees, assuming that September 10th we start the classes, and you cancel the admission on 9th of September, we will pay you full refund. And of course, that will totally depend on the notification sent by the competent authorities. And the final rule, golden rule 5, we are always here to support you. We will be starting one-to-one counseling. You can come in Zoom. We will address your queries one by one, and then you can clarify all the doubts. So please depend only on amrita.edu, email to btech@amrita.edu, or post the query in the query dashboard in your application portal. So I believe I have explained it well. We will have one more session, perhaps after this phase 3. So I'm ready to myself and Sudhir will now take the questions. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Maheshwarji. That was a lot of information for the students. So now let's move on to the Q&A session. Students, please start typing your doubts in the chat box. The first question is, does every campus give the same quality of education?
Of course, students, every campus is similar in terms of standard of faculty and the lab facilities and everything, because all the campus follows the same curriculum, same teaching methodology, and same kind of infrastructure, almost similar. But maybe the new campus might be Chennai, a little bit infrastructure will be less, but all the campus are following similar standards. But the main thing you need to understand is, in life, wherever you study, it's mainly dependent on you how you will be making up with the resources available at your hand. But we give the similar standards to each and every student joining every campus will follow the same set of rules.
Thank you, Sudhir. The next question is, what about CSAP for management quota?
So students who want to join through management quota, so we will be considering only their inter marks. So right now you all will be getting your inter marks by July 31st or something. So when you got that marks, we will be allotting seats according to that. So we won't be considering your AEEE marks for management quota. We have mentioned the management quota helpline number and email ID. If that number is busy, please mail it to them. The email ID for management quota is engg@amrita.edu. Please mail it to them. For sure, they will reply you regarding your query about management quota, how to join, what is the fee structure, and everything.
The next question is the best marks considered in AEEE phases or the latest one?
So who are writing phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, some students wrote only one phase. So we have conducted 3 phases this time because to give an advantage to students to improve their marks. Lot of students have written all the 3 phases. We will be considering only the best score to publish their rank. So if you have written all the 3 phases, we will be considering your best score.
The next question is, are campus interviews common for all campus or are they separate?
Interviews for all the campus will happen at similar point of time. So if a campus is visiting if a company is visiting one campus, so it will be visiting all the campus. Most predominantly we will be having a centralized placement process. So we will be gathering or putting a small standardized written test, then gathering all the people for the second level test at a single campus. So every student who is getting into Amrita will get equal opportunities irrespective of the college they are joining. Either you are joining in Chennai, either you are joining in Bangalore, or either you are joining in Coimbatore. The placement procedure is centralized. So if a company is visiting one campus, it will be visiting all the other three campuses also.
Thank you, Sudhi. The next question is, can we use rough sheets for AEEE exams for doing the
Yes,
rough work?
Yes, students, you can use rough sheets, but try to minimize the movement in front of the camera, because you can, if you are moving or giving sudden movements and all, the camera will notice it as a suspicious activity. Try to minimize your movement. Do not look down for for more time when you are doing rough work. Try to look at the camera and use a single rough sheet only. Do not keep a rough book and try to do it. Okay, because the proctor will think you are referring a book or something. Try to use a single sheet and try to minimize your movement in front of the camera. That's what I will be suggesting, but you can use rough paper.
Still two phases of JEE mains are left. So I have applied through JEE mains. So how will my marks be considered?
So lot of students are confused. I have applied through JE. What will be happening? Because all the people who are attended through AEEE, the seat allotment process for them will be starting. We have reserved for some seats who are entering through JE mode. So that's why I have asked all the students through my sessions to write AEEE also, because you will be having an added advantage. Because if you write both exams, we will be giving you the best option. If you got good marks through AEEE, through that score you are getting good college and good branch, that will be considered. Or through JE, your JE best score, you got a good college or good branch, we will consider that. But JE students, don't worry, we have reserved 30% of seats for students who are entering through JE mode.
Thank you, Sudhir. Next question is, will Amrita offer scholarship depending on skill set?
No, we are not offering a scholarship based on skill sets, because how we can evaluate your skills, what kind of skills you are talking, actually we should understand. Because the skill sets, in the sense, we are only evaluating your academic skills as of now through this entrance exam. So if you are good in these academic skills and subject oriented skills, then you can easily get good marks and you can easily get good rank. Based on rank you have achieved in AEEE, we will be offering scholarships.
The next question is, sliding allowed in management quota?
um, the sliding is allowed in management quota or not, I had to check and come back to you. Because there is a different seat allotment process will be followed in management quota, because it's a first come first serve basis. Management quota is, so if you want to really join Amrita through management quota, you straight away contact them. And because there are only limited number of seats available through management quota, so please contact them as soon as possible. So then the numbers are mentioned in the website, and please talk with them personally and mail them.
Next question is, what is the criteria for scholarship?
So, students, I hope all of you attended this session thoroughly. The main criteria for scholarship is through AEEE rank only. So, the rank, if you are in top 10%, there will be one slab, top 20%, top 30%. Likewise, the slabs are based solely on AEEE merit only. So, that means the rank you achieved in this AEEE 2021 exam.
Thank you, Sudhir. The next question is state quota available?
Yes, the state quota is also available. Students, please refer our website, because I want to show you our website once. Because lot of students are keep asking us regarding this, where are the updates. I haven't received a mail. So please just see my screen once. I am presenting our web page, BTech admission page, for all of you today. So if you can see, we have posted important updates here. In that important updates, we have mentioned AEEE Phase 3 exam update. When is this willingness? So every update we have mentioned here. And if you want to contact our counselors also, we have given numbers and everything. So please refer to this website regularly. If you are not receiving mail, lot of students today, what they will be saying is, I haven't received a mail, I haven't received a SMS. It's your responsibility to find out what's happening, because you have paid 1,000 rupees today and applied for our university. If you are not receiving any information, please check or talk with our counselors and ask them, so I am not receiving any mail. You don't come in the last minute of time when the phase 3 exam is happening. I didn't receive the mail, I didn't receive the SMS about phase 3 exam. Please keep checking our website, because we are posting continuous update about each and every exam and seat allotment process these days.
Thank you, Sudhir. The next question is there availability of management quota after the CSAP process?
So students, I know a lot of you are more eager to get into Amrita through management quota, maybe because all of you are not fully prepared for this AEEE phase 3. But please don't keep more hopes on management quota, because as I told, there are very limited number of seats. If you're really eager to join Amrita through that mode, please apply soon or contact them as soon as possible. That's what I will be suggesting you to, you students, because the management quota is not like this merit seat allotment. There won't be huge number of seats. It's, as I told before, it's only first come first serve basis. Please contact them as soon as possible. We have given in AOAP portal also, are you interested in management quota, please tick that. You will be receiving a intimation mail, and they will be asking you a caution deposit also. And please contact them as soon as possible.
The next question is, what do you mean by sliding?
So students, sliding in the sense, I know a lot of you are confused about these terms, sliding and all. So I will be giving you a small example. Today you got a small mechanical branch. So for 1 lakh rupees fee you paid, I mean, you got a good merit scholarship and all. So only 1 lakh is the fee you need to pay, and for in that you got mechanical, but you are not interested in mechanical, but you are interested in computer science and department. You will be getting computer science and department, but you need to pay 3 lakh fee, but it will be in a different college also. I mean, you won't be getting in Coimbatore, you might be getting in Amritapuri computer science, but for 3 lakh fee, if you are interested, you can slide for that. That is called sliding. So anyway, we will be conducting another session completely about this seat allotment process, and then that time we will be explaining you and giving you full details about what is the sliding process, and we will be giving you small pictorial representation also in a more detailed way also. Please keep attending these sessions so that you will be getting detailed information.
The next question is, are scholarship allotment purely based on AEEE ranks or percentage based on engineering discipline like ECE?
So students, the scholarships which you'll be getting for this AEEE admission process will be valid for your first year, because after you have joined Amrita, the scholarship will be based on your first year CGPA and all. So once you have entered Amrita, so if you are in the merit list in your first year also, then the scholarship will be continuing. So first thing, to enter Amrita, so the scholarship is on your AEEE rank, nothing else.
Thank you, Sudhir. The next question is there any scholarship for scholarship or reservation for on caste base?
No students, I think we are not offering any based or handicapped like PWD. This kind of scholarship are not offered in Amrita University, because we are a private institution. We are not offering, but there is a state quota is available in our university.
Okay. Thank you, Sudhir. So that's all from the students. Almost all the students are repeating the same questions. They have received this particular marks, and which branch or which college they will be receiving. I hope Swami have clearly mentioned it in the video in this session. So students, you can just go back and see the whole session if you have any doubts related to that. So thank you so much, Sudhir. Thank you so much, Maheshwarji. So tomorrow we will be having day 3 of Disha Career Conclave, where we will be explaining in detail of all the engineering branches. So if you have any doubts on which engineering branch is suiting you the best, you can just comment tomorrow. You can use the same link which you have joined today. So we'll see you all tomorrow at 4 p.m. Thank you all for joining.